Hi guys, Tony here. Just let me know that you can hear me okay and we can get started with this one. It's not going to be a very long webinar today, just really simple strategy using video marketing, and I'm going to talk about using content upgrades and what they are and why you should use them. Okay, I know we got a couple of people come in here from our six-figure coaching group. I will be in the Skype group today, and we've got a couple of webinars coming up this week for that. And also tonight, I think we're doing a webinar with Josh Ratter tonight about his new software tool. So watch out for an email about that one, because I told him that I want him to do a demo for us. So that's going to be around about, I think it's about 11 o'clock UK time, which should be suitable for most people, I would hope. Anyway, let's kick on with this one. Now, video marketing is going to be split into probably 2 or 3 parts, okay? So what I wanted to do today was to create a little strategy that was a little bit unique, at the same time useful for us to be able to get white hat backlinks. And to do white hat video marketing means that we're not really getting into the second tier stuff. We're not really doing too much clever stuff as far as, getting backlinks using link wheels and things like that. What we are doing though, we're doing content syndication, but I wanted to put a twist on it so that we could have something unique and something that's interactive, and I think we've managed to just about pull that off today. Okay, so let's just get started with this. Most of this stuff is able to get done on Fiverr.com, and the reason for that is because I want to make it really fast to be able to do. Okay, something that we can easily do, that won't cost too much money, but sometimes when you set these things up, it might cost a little bit the first time. After that, then it's less expensive, because we can do reuse accounts and stuff again, and reuse things like podcasting as well. Okay, so what I'm working on right now, since a couple of days ago, I just felt really creative, and I wanted to do a checklist similar to the YouTube SEO checklist. Now, I've got a very good Chrome app that I will be sending out today, later today, but I can't show you here because for some reason this computer is showing settings in Thai language whenever I try to open a file, like a zip file or something, and I don't know what it says, so I can't show you. I wanted to show you that, but the actual Chrome app looks really good. It does look really good, and I will show you what that looks like today in an email that's coming up later. So anyway, let's come back over here. So what we need to do, we need to have a video, of course. If you haven't got one, you don't know how to do one, you can find explainer videos on Fiverr. You can find people that will make videos on Fiverr. I won't go too much into detail there, because I know most of the people watching this will be into video marketing anyway. Now, what I want to do is we want to insert video into a PDF. Now, if you don't know how to do that, and I don't myself, you can find this guy will do it for you. Okay, really simple. You can get him to do it for you. You can just give him a link to a blog post, which I will be doing today for several of these, and he will put video inside the PDF and give you it back. Okay, so he can give you your blog post in PDF format, basically. Okay, and what we can do then is we can also insert video into a PowerPoint. That's very easy to do. If you don't know how to do it, send in a message to the support desk. We'll do a video for it. Okay, it's just really super simple to do. You can even add video into Google Slides as well. Okay, now what we want to do is just upload to document sharing sites, but this is where we need to be really careful. All we're doing is focusing on syndication. Now, this one is not doing too many. He's doing 20, which is enough, okay? But with these 20, he will also create the accounts for you, okay? He will create accounts for you if you choose this one for $5. Now, if you can use this for branding, which is good for white hat SEO, okay? Put your name on it, put your company name, put your client's name, get him to create these accounts, and you will be reusing these accounts again and again. Okay, we don't need to be doing thousands of accounts and stuff like that. Not for the white hat stuff. What we want to do is to make our PDFs and PowerPoints more interactive by using video to do this. Okay, this is one way that we can do it, and I'll show you what we can do with that as well to get some opt-ins a bit later. Okay, you can also set up IFTDT if you want to. Again, I would get somebody to do some branded accounts if it's for yourself or for your clients, okay? Now, I use OnlyWire if I'm thinking about white hat SEO, just white hat SEO. If I'm not thinking about the stuff that I've been sort of teaching up to this point before we did this webinar series, when I'm thinking about the black hat stuff, the grey hat stuff, IFTTT, backlink commando and things like that, then I would have, you know, hundreds of these IFTTT accounts all over the place, okay? For white hat, we cannot do that. For white hat, what we want to do is you can make a second set of IFTTT accounts, or you can do it the way that I was suggesting, that is to set up OnlyWire with branded accounts and have your RSS feed go from both your YouTube video, your YouTube channel and your WordPress RSS feed. Okay, that is enough. We don't need to use IFTTT in that situation. Okay, what we can do then, if you want to use IFTTT along with OnlyWire, then you can just set up a separate, you know, bunch of accounts for that. But you will get more accounts done on OnlyWire. Okay, so I don't really like the IFTTT stuff for white hat. I don't think it fits in too well. I don't think it's needed. And what we can do instead is just use the OnlyWire, and it will give us far more accounts. We can do branded accounts. It's really cheap to do. It's one-time setup, and it's really, you know, there's nothing more to it apart from adding your RSS feed. Okay. What we can also do is get some manual video site submissions. And again, I found a gig in here that has got account creation in here as well. I think he's got account creation. Nope, sorry, I've mixed. Yes, you can. In the features in here, he will do new account creation. Again, get it branded if you want to do the white hat stuff. You need to get it branded. You need to be using your name, your client's name, and keep it consistent across all of those accounts. Now, we do not need 100 video sharing sites. What we want to do is focus on the 10, these 10 here. These 10 are good enough. Maybe you will find one that's got 15, but this guy is doing the account creation for us, okay? And you can see he's got the main ones in here. He's got YouTube, Flickr, Video, Metacafe, Photobucket, Dailymotion, and Vidler. These are all quality sites. When you see the gigs that are offering like 80 video sharing sites, then we start to get into the lesser quality sites, okay? And those can give us some damage if we're using for tier 1. So we don't want to use them for tier 1. If you want to use gigs like that, there's a better solution, okay? The better solution for that, if you want to use the tier 2, is to use Traffic Geyser, okay? Now you can use Traffic Geyser as tier 1 or tier 2, but if you're going to use it as tier 2, you can also use tools like Video Send Alpha that will do the video embeds and stuff like that. On Web 2.0 sites and social bookmarkings and stuff like that. Now this guy, I've used him a few times in the past. He's actually very, very quick. He's very good. But Traffic Geyser does not give you, it doesn't give you the URLs where it's posted. He will send you some screenshots, but it's still a good gig and it does make a difference in the rankings. I've tried it several times in the past, okay? And this guy is usually quite good. Now, the next thing that we can do in here, now this is where it gets really, really, really interesting, is that we can set up something called a video podcast. And this can be done on iTunes and several other sites. And this guy, he hasn't advertised it as a video podcast, okay? But he can set this up via an RSS feed from your WordPress site, okay? And so if you've got a video in a post, it will automatically get sent through into iTunes. What a great service to offer a local business if you're doing offline marketing. What a great thing to have for yourself if you're doing a lot of videos and webinars like I do, okay? So I've been talking to this guy and he will do, he can set it up for video, okay? So this is really, really good and it's only $30 to set up. Once it's set up one time, it's done and it can just automatically get sent out. But you need to be aware, if you're doing iTunes, you need to go and get some sort of cover for your podcast done. You need to get some artwork done. You need to get, you don't need to get, but it's better to get something like an intro done, like a jingle, a radio style kind of jingle. You can find all that stuff in here on Fiverr as well. Now, I've done this before, and we did an audio podcast, which didn't really take off. We just never got around to planning it out properly. But this way, using with a video podcast makes a huge amount of difference to me personally because of the amount of webinars and stuff that we do. Okay, so for $30 you can have this set up. and then you can go and get some art graphics done and make it look really nice on iTunes, and then you can do some other stuff which is a little bit black hat to make yourself get noticed on iTunes and places like that. Okay, we can cover that perhaps after we've done the white hat SEO stuff, and I will show you how we can do this, but it's not completely white hat. There's a little bit of manipulation going on there. Okay, but if it's getting traffic, then we're kind of interested to look into it at least. Okay, you can also get this guy here. He will set up an RSS feed. I haven't spoken to him, but he will set it up from your WordPress blog as well. Okay, now if you don't want to do a video, what you can do is you can get your blog post done into a sort of podcast format using this guy. And everything here is done on Fiverr. This is so super simple and really, really easy to get stuff done. Well, he's not there anymore. I need to find this guy a little bit later. I need to update this because I had this guy before. Unless it's taken, he might have taken off the gig, but he was actually quite good. I'll find another one. I will replace it later, where we can just get somebody to read it out for us. Okay, if you don't want to read out your blog post yourself, then what you can do is just get someone to read it out. And if you want to do not a video podcast but just an audio podcast, that kind of gig is really, really super simple to use. Okay, so this is just one easy white hat SEO strategy. Okay, we're using syndication because we're using the doc sharing. We're making our doc sharing really interactive using video in there. It's a little bit unusual. People don't really see that very often, so it might get more sort of interaction and social shares and things like that. Okay, so we're giving it out to the document sharing sites, Scribd, SlideShare, DocStock, places like that. Okay, with the PowerPoint or PDF. And to get the PDF done, it's really easy. Just order, $5, it's done. Okay, added video to it. Okay, manual video sharing site submissions. Keep the accounts. You can reuse them for yourself or for your clients. Traffic guys is another way that we can do some first tier or second tier. If you're using first tier, what we want to do is we want to be linking to our money site. We do not need hundreds and hundreds and hundreds of video sharing sites, but what Traffic Guys it does some social bookmarking as well. Okay, so it's a little bit grey hat. It's not entirely white hat. If you want to use this for tier 2, you want to link then to your video sharing site submissions. Okay, you would want to link from here to here, from number 7 to number 6. When you get these ones back from number 6, you want to get the URLs from where your videos are, and then you will get this guy to spin the URLs linking to them if you want to do the black hat way. Okay, video podcast, really, really easy to do, to be able to get it set up. All you need is to have a video. Okay, and he will set it up for you for $30. Okay, that's a really, really good buy, that one. If you want to do just audio, you can do that as well using this guy or this guy. Okay, and I will find a replacement for this guy. I need to come back and get him later. Okay, now what we can do with this kind of stuff, I actually started off with this thinking about doing what we call content upgrades, and you can find out just by searching on Google about content upgrades and what it's what it's about and what it's for. The first person I seen doing this was Kim Roach. Okay, and you can see that Brian Dean has been teaching it as well. Lead Pages are teaching it, and basically what we're doing then is we're taking a piece of content like a blog post and we're giving it in different formats. Okay, so what we're doing then is we're creating something like lead magnet that can be an infographic, it can be something like a Chrome app, it can be a checklist, PDF with video, that kind of thing. So you can just then offer them inside your blog post something like this. Okay, get a YouTube SEO cheat sheet to 2016 version. Okay, so in here what we're doing is we're giving them an opportunity to get something extra that is related to the content. Okay, and they can give me an email address by doing that. Okay, so I've been doing some testing over the past week, and what I found is using a plugin called SumoMe. Okay, now I've tested various parts of this. I even created a brand new account to be able to do it, and in 6 days, just using something called a welcome mat, I've got 89 new visitors. Now what I've done is I've used that with the content upgrade. Okay, so I've got YouTube SEO cheat sheet. Somebody goes to any one of my blog posts, this will show first. You can put in the settings not to show it again, not to show it again for after maybe 1 day or 30 minutes or whenever you want. Okay, so this gives us the opportunity to build a list, and it does work. Okay, that's only 6 days, and I haven't done, any promotion really for the blog. I did an extra post the other day, but I didn't promote it. Okay, so this way you can just get natural traffic coming in, and this is a great thing as well if you're doing it for local clients, or if you're doing lead generation and stuff like that, because it's so easy to set up. It takes just, a few minutes. Okay, so this one is very, very good, and what we can do is we can combine that, or we can add in some other tools from SumoMe. Okay, when you close that off, you will see that they've got what they call the Sumo store. Now, I know that most people might be familiar with this plugin. It's a free plugin that's got some, pro upgrades. You do not need those though. Okay, what we can do then is we can put in other things like a scroll box, like a welcome mat, the one I just showed you. We can put the smart bar at the top that goes across the top of your site. I took that out because it was affecting mobile views, okay, and it wasn't converting very well. I think I got about 4 emails from that. We got something there called a list builder. If we're going to just click on open, and what we can do is we can get into the design part here, and you'll be able to see what it looks like. So that's going to be like a pop-up, okay. These don't really convert that well unless they're really standout kind of things. The welcome mat is the best one I've seen so far, and I only just started testing this last week. So that way you can build your email list using the content that you've created up here, okay? Things like the PDF with video, but the infographics are really easy to get done. I found a really, really good guy to do these, and let me just go into my orders, and I'll give you that guy right now. He's the best by far for giving quality infographics really, really cheaply, and he's very quick as well. It takes about 2 days, to do one at $5. And just save here, wait and review. It must be any completed. I'll find him. Yeah, this guy here. He is really good, really fast, and he does high quality. Okay. So I'm going to put him in here as well that you can use for infographic. And he's the cheapest by far. Other people want to charge you for the amount of points and stuff you got. He's been really reasonable with me, and he is really, really fast. Okay, so highly recommended this guy here. Okay, so that way we can take the video marketing strategy and we can use it again to build a list at the same time. Okay, so not just traffic, not just backlinks, we can build a list at the same time. Okay, let's see if we get any questions. Okay, what do I think of SendWire? SendWire is okay. It depends on how you want to use it though. Like any tool, like any SEO tool, you need to be able to use it wisely, or have a very strategic plan that you can use in tiered linking that won't harm you later. We've had similar tools in the past. We still do have similar tools, both desktop and web-based, that I think are a little bit more strategic than what we can find in some of the other ones. The problems are with those kind of tools is that we don't know what Google's going to do next with their algorithm updates and stuff like that. So you need to be clever the way you use it. And when you're using a first tier link, make sure there's not too many of them, so that if something changes later, you don't have thousands of links that you need to disavow. Okay, what you want to do is think strategically and do tiered linking to just a few sites. It's very easy for you to go in and change your link out. Okay, that way you're protected no matter what happens, Bob. Okay, how long does your video need to be for a podcast, Kim? I'm not sure, to be honest. I don't think there's any limitations on it, not that I'm aware of. But if you're doing a 20-minute video, a 30-minute video, it should be fine. But if you want to use it for sort of review kind of videos that are, 3 to 4 minutes long, I would suggest to just try it. There's not just iTunes, there's, a whole bunch of those different services offering podcasts. And this guy, the first guy I mentioned in the slides, he has other options outside of iTunes as well. So it's a matter of testing. SumoMe, John, is a plugin. It's a WordPress plugin. If you go to sumome.com, they provide that plugin that I was just showing you here, this one here, and it's free. They do have some pro upgrades, but you can use it okay? You can use most of it for free, and it's good enough to build a list. You can see here I've already built up, you know, not this one. There's a welcome mat one. Welcome mat, where are you? Yeah, the welcome mat was here. I've already built up 89 email addresses in 6 days with very, very little promotion. I did one additional blog post last week. I just felt really creative at the time and I had to get something out of my system, so I did. You know, that's just really easy to use. If you're combining the blog promotion strategies that I've been teaching over the last sort of 4 or 5 weeks, things like justretweet.com, viral content buzz, they're actually sending quite a lot of traffic, these sites. They are sending decent traffic, which is what's happening here with these email addresses being collected. Bob, the name of the tools that we've got, well, we had one called Web 2.0 Commander, but you will also find inside Video Send Alpha, there's a lot of syndication stuff going on in there for Web 2.0 as well. We've got something called long tail syndication, which I think is a little bit more strategic, but it needs to be used as a second tier link strategy for that kind of thing. David's new Amplifier app, Engagifier. I'm not familiar with Amplifier, but I'm familiar with Engagifier, David. I don't know how good it might be, but this one is free, so I'd rather that people were aware of this so that they can use it, just straight out of the box. It doesn't cost any money for them. Give it a link for the slides. It's already there, George, but I'll give you a link anyway. Just give me a second. And so I open this one. Hold on. Any other questions, guys? There we go. Check that, let me know it's working, George, and you can get it. And we will have the blog post up for this one by tonight, okay? Last week we got done really, really quickly as well, okay? So really, really stupid, simple strategy. There's nothing difficult here at all. But what we're doing is we're getting backlinks from sort of quality sites, not too many of them, but what we are doing is increasing the referring domains coming into each blog post by doing this, okay? There's nothing difficult to do. Most of it can be done on Fiverr. You can order this in about 4 minutes flat and it's done, okay? Nothing holding you back. If you want to do the white hat stuff the nice way, then this is one way to do it. That's just one easy strategy for us to use, okay? From beginning to end, okay? Step by step from beginning to end. It's all in that slide, okay? Now, do take advantage of things like SumoMe because you should be building an email list. And once you start to build an email list and once you actually start using an email list, you'll be shocked if you've never had one before because it monetizes better than anything else, okay? That's why all these guys go and make products so often because they're building the email list. That's why they're selling really good products, what look like very good products, really cheaply because they are building the list, okay? The money for them is in the list, not so much in the product launches, it's in the list, okay? And that's why they're doing it. So building a list, if you've never done it before, you've really got to start trying it. This is how we really make money on internet marketing, okay? It's giving you instant traffic to blog posts. It's giving you instant monetization whenever you're promoting something. It gives you feedback when you want to find out about stuff that you might want to get into, maybe a product or something else. So many ways that we can use it, but the main way to use email list is monetization. That's what we do marketing for, okay, to make money. And email list is the fastest, easiest way that you will make money online, okay? Guaranteed, absolutely guaranteed. Now, if I was to get 89 opt-ins from doing video marketing, how long would that take me? It would take longer than 6 days unless I've got a really high traffic keyword, okay? Here, this is just people visiting my blog, okay? They're interested in SEO. Very quick, very easy to do. Took me about 3 minutes to set this up, okay? And that will just keep increasing as the traffic increases as we start to do more promotion for this particular blog post, okay? Replay videos. If you go over here, Richard, if you go over to my site, anthonyhayes.me, okay, you will see here the latest blog post. Okay, so you will see in here we got from, let's see, from down here, when we announced we were going to do this, you will see everything up here has been part of that, more or less. There's only two that hasn't. So we've got different strategies in here for all of this. The one I did the other day, this is not part of the White Hat SEO, but this is actually very, very good. And we got a Chrome app done for this as well. This is actionable tips. Brian Dean did 1 million Google search results analysis a couple of weeks back. And I was thinking to myself the other day, we need to make something actionable for people to understand. That blog post goes for some suggestions for that as well. So you will find just the latest blog post, you will see the webinar replays inside with some sort of built out text commentary with it as well. Guarantee I'm using Aweber, and I always use a double opt-in. Always use a double opt-in, okay? Dre, yeah, there will be a replay in the blog later today. I've got to do a couple of things in Skype. I need to catch up with some people on Skype first. After that, I will get onto the blog post and it will be up there by tonight. Okay. Let's see what else. Any other questions? This seems very, very simple. If you've been doing Black Hat SEO, this seems very simple, but it's really effective. And if you want to do SEO for clients, you want to keep away from the Black Hat stuff anyway. And for yourself, if you want to do quality blog, you need to keep away from the Black Hat stuff, unless you're doing tiered linking, where you can just remove the tier one at any time. And that's why we don't want to have too many tier one links coming from things like YouTube or video sharing sites. We want to just keep some main accounts that we can easily switch our links if you've been doing some Black Hat sort of second and third tier linking. Okay. All right, so I think we're going to finish up now. It's been about 30 minutes. If you've got any other questions, you can get them in now. Dale, do I think GetResponse and MailChimp are as good as Aweber? They probably are. I've got GetResponse as well, but I don't like it because I'm too used to Aweber. So, some people swear by GetResponse. It doesn't mean it's not good. MailChimp I've never used. I just don't like the interface of GetResponse. I prefer Aweber just because I've been using it, since 2009 or something like that. So it's been a long time. It's hard to get me to change. George, how do you use Video Send Alpha, FCS Network, or SendWire to do White Hat stuff? As I mentioned, if you want to do it, Video Send Alpha has account creators built in. You can just do sort of branded accounts, and you want to upload videos or video embeds into sort of first tier sites. But what you want to do is you want to make one main account on each site, okay? One main account on each site that you're going to reuse again and again, and that then becomes just plain syndication, and that's suitable for White Hat purposes. If you start to do the tiered linking, that's when we start to get into the sort of gray area, and depending on how we use it, if we're using things like link wheels and silos and that kind of stuff, we start then to get into the grey hat, black hat stuff. And that's fine as long as you don't have too many first tier links that you would need to change later if something changes, okay? And that way you're kind of safe anyway. All right, I think we'll finish up there, guys. I will have the blog post up today. I'll watch out for a couple of emails today because I will be doing a webinar with Josh Ratter. He's got a very, very good video creation tool coming out, and we're going to do a webinar with him today. I don't think we'll be selling it today, but he will do a demo for us, and I will ask him some questions. And plus, I'm going to be sending out at least one Chrome app today for video optimization. If I can, I will do the one for the Brian Dean actionable tips for his 1 million search results. He gave a summary at the beginning of his blog post, what they found. I put some actionable tips in there to make it really easy for you to be able to, take advantage of what he found out from all his hard work and analysis, that you can just, you've got a quick and easy actionable tip for each point, okay? Yeah, David Videos, yeah. I noticed that they're advertising it as the first tool to do it, the video translation stuff. Well, they're a bit, the 1 month late. Optimization Alpha was the first one. And I will tell him that tonight as well. So he's not the first, it's not the first ever. We were there 1 month before him. Anyway, it's got some great stuff in there. I had a look at the video last night. It's doing some really, really good stuff. Niche Reaper, I'm not familiar too much with Niche Reaper. I've heard the name before. Unless they've changed it significantly. I think I bought it and I didn't really use it very much. So unless they've changed it significantly, from what I remember, it was good enough, but I used it once or twice and never went back to it for some reason. I can't remember. I'm not saying it was a bad tool, but I don't, have memory of using it in a sort of consistent way. Okay. Ganti, who am I having a seminar with for video? For the video tool, it's called Videos, okay? Josh Ratter is the vendor for that one. He's launching it tomorrow, I believe, on Tuesday actually. So we will be doing a webinar with him later today, okay? Today being Monday here, my time. I know it's Sunday night in America. I'm 12 hours ahead of you here in Thailand, so it's going to be around 11 o'clock, I think, a.m. or 12 o'clock noon UK time, so that's about, I think New York is about 5 hours behind. But anyway, if you're missing that because of a time difference, I will put that into the blog as well. Okay, so you'll be able to see that. As long as you're signed up to the list, the subscriber list on my blog, if you come over to my blog over here, and well, even just fill in this one, the welcome mat, or you can fill in this here. Anytime I do a new blog post or when I post a webinar replay, you will be notified automatically from the list that is connected to this blog, okay? So even if you're on another list, if you opt in here, it means that whenever we do something new in here, it will come to you automatically, okay? All right, guys, thanks. I'll talk to you next week, and take action, guys. This is really easy stuff. There's nothing hard here at all.